Now, a third reason, I wasn't really going in with the numbers, but a third reason why men try to have sex too soon is sometimes they misread your signals. Now, I want to say signals in quotation marks because they may not have, your intention may not have been to throw them a signal of any kind, but they misinterpreted your behavior as a signal, as a green light to try something, okay? So example, I know of another story where a man was cool with a girl, all right? And so they weren't necessarily dating. They were just cool. And, but it wasn't cool like there was an established friendship. It was like, hey, you know, they see each other, it's all good, but whatever. And I think they may have flirted before, that's it. But one day, the guy, she was a mutual friend of his roommate. He invites the girl over, okay? While the roommate wasn't there. The girl comes. Now, in her mind, it may have just been an innocent, hey, I'm just coming over, it's all good, we're all friends in her head, right? But to him, signal one, you came over when it's just me at the house, okay? Signal two, again, in his head, he invites her to go watch TV in his room and sit on his bed. She agrees, okay? So again, to him, this is a signal that you are open for him trying something. And I want to make clear, not saying he thought, you know, he can force himself on her or whatever, but he thought he was being given the green light to try and to possibly for her to be willing to proceed in having sexual relations. So she goes in the bed with the man, right? And watching TV. And now he starts to, you know, try to rub his hand on her leg or, you know what I'm saying? Blow in her ear. I don't know if he actually blew in her ear, but, you know, he's doing his little thing, right? And now here it gets tricky. She kind of is like, chill out or whatever. And I don't even know if it was chill out because I heard two different stories. I'm going to be honest with you. But from what I gather, she was hesitant, but even in her hesitancy, she didn't flat out shut it down. She didn't walk away. Now listen, as I've grown in life, I've heard a lot of stories of women not knowing how to respond and react in those situations, okay? And that can then lead to, again, misinterpreted behavior and reading the quote-unquote signal wrong. But to that guy, and these were, they were young at this time, not to make it an excuse, but it's a reality. To him, it's still, okay, well, she's not leaving the room. She's not getting out of the bed. She must be cool. Now, he still makes his attempts. Eventually, she finally, gets out of the bed and decides to leave the house, okay? And now he wasn't upset. It was like, okay, well, he tried. She ultimately wasn't down. He thought there was an opportunity, left it at that. But she was furious. She was furious and was like, how could he try this? Why would he think that? And going back to my initial point, when women say, well, why are these men trying so fast? Sometimes it becomes a matter of misinterpreted behavior. And what I'm seeing in society is a huge disconnect between a lot of men and women. Some women are going to hear this story or are hearing this story and be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm thinking she was down too. Other women are going to be like, well, just because she did all that doesn't mean he has a right to try. So it's divided even amongst women, okay? But it's confusing as hell to a lot of men. And so now, this disconnect creates these dynamics where, yes, a lot of men attempt to make a sexual move because they genuinely think the woman is giving them the green light, all right? Now, again, I want to make clear, no means no, and no man should be forcing himself upon a woman or anything like that, all right? But we do have to understand that what we're talking about is men making an attempt, but, again, he took the decline. He didn't push any further with the decline. But this is what happens in a lot of situations. So to bottom line, wrap this point up, this is one of the things that leads to it. And so I do think to at least decrease the chances of misinterpreted behavior, misinterpreted signals, we got to be aware of some things that can give the wrong idea. You know, I think most of us can agree. Listen, you go into a man's bedroom, that's going to send the wrong signal in most cases. All right. And here's the thing. I feel the need to say this. Even if you say to a man, hey, like you can walk into a man's bedroom and say, I hope you know we ain't having sex. And in his head, he's thinking, yeah, whatever, you full of it. Like you're just saying that. And to you, that's crazy. Why would he think that? But he thinks that because a lot of men have been in this predicament where the woman said that and she was kind of just being playfully resistant, but she actually was down for it. Genuinely, all right? We're talking about genuine situations. So again, it creates a lot of confusion. But bottom line is, like, we do have to be mindful of, this is why I'm a firm believer in, if we're trying not to have sexual relations, daytime dates, you know what I'm saying? Intimacy, if we're gonna have kissing at home late at night, I'm not saying, there's plenty of men who won't even try even if that happens, but it can get a little risky, or it can get tricky at that point. So I think creating good, strong boundaries that make it very clear we're not doing that, or you're not down with that, helps decrease it. Of course, there's nothing that guarantees that somebody out there won't try something, because different people for different reasons are gonna make their attempts. But there are things that can help decrease the chances of having that misunderstanding in those situations where, again, it's just an attempt, but it's an attempt not in a way to force themselves. I really want to make that clear because I don't want people taking this the wrong way in any kind of way. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. As a woman, I'm sure there's probably been at least one time in your life where you've dealt with a man who won't open up, or maybe he just struggles to open up. Either way, it becomes a very frustrating situation,